This is Bessie Ellen, a gaff-rigged wooden ketch built in Plymouth in 1904. She spent over 60 years carrying cargo around the UK and Denmark, eventually being bought and restored in the year 2000 by her current owner and skipper, Nikki Alford. Since then, her working life has been kinder, carrying charter guests instead of cargo. But still, it takes an incredible amount of dedication, time, and resources to keep an old girl like Bessie Ellen sailing. Over winter, she gets her annual refit, tackling big jobs like anti-fouling and replanking, with routine repairs and maintenance carried out regularly during the sailing season. But with an old wooden boat, you've got to be prepared for surprises. And as leg 3 of her 120th anniversary tour draws to an end, she's sprung a leak. This is something that Nikki and her crew alone cannot fix. So a team of divers has been called out to our anchorage off the island of Kerrera.
Yeah, we're going to get all our passengers off. If you want to come starboard side, that would be great actually, because I've got a lot of people just to get off while you're here. Great. Right, I'm going to pull some floors up for you. Yeah, I need some good torches, please. Come here. Take all this out so I can look. Basically I have to look along the whole length of the boat to see where has got movement, and it could be that it's here. So if you see in that chamber there, do you see that bubbling like a little brook? Because if you look in this chamber, it's still, but I've also got to be certain that it's not just the bilge pump pulling the water back aft. So we've got a leak. It's an old wooden boat. So we've got divers here this morning. I've got the pump running now to empty, take all the water away, so I can look down between the frames and just see the movement on the surface of the water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Kevin. Kevin's good at this. Kevin's our diver guy. I think it's this.
Right.
So it's that you just see in there.
I see, aye.
It's like a sort of
Yeah, that is where it's coming in now.
So if I drop a line down there,
I'll head down and see.
and I think it's really low because the speed it's coming in, if it was, you'd hear it running down the side.
You would,
Do you see what I mean? Because, I mean, we filled this whole bilge up in 3 hours. The alarm went off.
Okay.
So it's not a small leak.
Yeah.
Do you understand wooden boat construction?
Yeah.
So you wear a butt, 2 planks are like that.
And then you put a coggin in the middle and then it
That's
swells
right.
up.
And I think because it's on a frame like that, it means it's where 2 planks, one finishes and one starts.
Yes.
So that's what they're looking for. It's the 2 butt ends. And it could be this one as well. But if you look up the rest of the ship, there is absolutely no movement.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, still.
It's filling up from
You
here.
can see the oil film and it's not...
What's the wee tiny chain for in there?
It's called a limber chain.
Uh-huh.
And in the old days when she loaded coal and cargo, so each frame has a hole in it. And you can riddle the chains to free it up, otherwise your bilge water gets stuck.
Right.
So you fill up one end.
Right.
So the limber chains were
Keep the wee mouse holes clear.
keep the mouse holes clear.
Oh, yeah.
So it goes from that end to this end, and you have 2 people, one pulls and then the other pulls. And yeah, so you don't find it in fishing boats, but you did in cargo because all the cargo would end up getting stuck.
Great. So how old is the boat?
She's 120. We're sailing around Britain as her 120th birthday. So everything you're looking at down there is 120 years old.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's fix the leak. So what we'll do is try and find a location. Give yourself a shout.
I'll hang a line down with a shackle on it so they've got the rough area.
Yes.
If that's okay.
Perfect.
Very good. And then you can use our boat if you want to.
He's got where your first shackle is there, and he's found about a 2-inch gap. That could be it.
Okay, if that's all you can see there, then mate, I think we'll mix in some resin and make a start, and then we'll see if we'll still get anything coming in at the end of this. What do you think yourself? Are you quite happy, or you want to look around? Yeah, I think we should make a start, and then it might come clear after that.
Bracken, I need to work. Oh. Mine! Mine! Thank you. Damn you. No.
Oh, that's got it.
You start pulling glue out. Get your hands wet. Golf ball. This is an incredible epoxy putty that I found in Spain. It can be used underwater without getting messy. And what we're going to do is, when he's ready, we're going to mix the components together, and hopefully it will make pliable concrete. It makes concrete, basically.
Right.
Are they the same size?
What colour is it?
Roughly.
I'm going to say brown.
I think we'll get green actually.
You'll get green.
There you go.
Are you ready?
Yeah. We're ready, we're
Shall
good
I?
to go. Yeah, on you go,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what, while you're waiting, can you ring Carol, fish shop?
Fish shop.
3 sides of salmon and 2 kilos of mussels. Okay. Oh look, you got a seal coming to look.
The diver smothers the 2-inch gap with Nikki's epoxy resin, but the movement of water in the bilge remains unchanged. Throughout multiple dives, he continues his search for the leak.
It's still swirling. I think he needs to come up that whole side.
With his hand covered by a plastic bag, he runs it along the plank seams and butt ends, feeling for a telltale sucking action that will indicate where the hole is. Meanwhile, mate Owen identifies a trickling sound further forward, and attention shifts to searching this area.
So he hasn't fixed it yet?
No.
Where is it?
Right here.
Okay, we'll go and tell him. Yeah, no, you're right. Go and tell him, but quickly, because he's running out of stuff.
Yeah.
That he's got to come back up. And it's absolutely here.
Mm-hmm.
These 3 frames somewhere.
Watch it, yeah, Gregory.
Yeah, and he's got to just do the whole boat in this area.
Yeah.
Either plank or butt end.
I can hear it running down. So, is it just below the water level? Is it at water level? Is it further down? It can't be right at the bottom because you can hear it. Do you know what I mean?
The dive is going to go down, and because it's like a coloured liquid, he might be able to squirt it in and see where it's actually going through, because we've now found I can hear it coming in. So we're going to try this method. Oh, that was it. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
He just went. He blew into it.
Alright, Victor. He was close there, Victor. Can you get him to go back to where he was? We can hear
The air
close
came
to
in.
where he is. The hole, we should be hearing the hole.
Yeah, which we did.
He did. So I'm going to send him back in again after the minute.
Have a break.
Have a break.
Have a kick.
You're on the same area, but back in fresh, so he doesn't get peed off. We know the area.
I know, it's annoying.
It's annoying, right? You think you'd just be like, or even seeing the bubbles going in, or the milk going in.
Yeah, it's annoying in that way.
You can hear it, can you?
You can hear that, aye.
Yeah.
While Nikki and the crew have had their head in the bilges all morning, looking and listening for any sign of the leak, Bessie Ellen's guests have been enjoying a glorious spring morning walk on Kerrera, a rugged island on the far side of Oban Bay, home to around 70 people. Back on board, silence is key, as we listen intently for any changes in tone as the diver continues his search for the elusive leak.
Now. All right, come on. Yeah, you come up now, they're just changing the divers.
As you see these dowels like this, you see that round dowel, yeah?
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for, but she's saying there may have a cross in it. It may and it may not. It could be seeping through one of these. These are quite long, these things, yeah? Chamfered, obviously. And possibly this is starting to leak defect in one of these. If you see them...
Yeah. I'll go with no gloves and I'll try and feel first.
A few guests go seal watching in Tilly the tender, while the relief diver takes over. Having already searched along the plank seams and butt ends, Nikki suggests focusing on the dowels in the area where we can now hear water running, and our ears are drawn to a lower bunk where the trickling is pronounced.
Seems to be about here, just around, maybe just put the water level just below the water level. When you're in the bunk downstairs, you can hear it coming in. It's obviously trickling down to the bottom. So I think we may be further up. Maybe wrong in that, but it's worth a look. Round about where you are. We'll just strip this bed out, it's in behind the bed. We're getting louder where you are.
Oh, it's right on it.
Right on it, mate.
I think so. Wherever he is now, he's on it. Can I have a glass? A tall glass?
Hold on, there we go.
He's got it!
That's it, we've got it. Yeah, that's it. You want to start getting some of that stuff mixed?
Aye, aye.
We've got it.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it. It's coming in now. So, was that a dowel, Victor, or what is it? A rectangular patch.
Ah, it's called a gravo. Graving piece.
After many hours and multiple dives, the leak is finally found, hidden behind a graving piece, and the diver sets to work sealing it.
Thank you.
Was it one of those plugs?
No, there's a graving piece in the plank.
A what, please? Alright, I'll go over
It's in probably one of the old elm planks.
Yeah.
And elm
Mixed
splits.
me, aye. Yeah.
And what they've done is
Tell that's mixed in.
taken a router, routed out about an inch square, and put in a block patch, and then screwed it in. And I bet you the mastic behind that patch has disintegrated.
So they're taking the patch off and
No, now we're just going to have to smother the
lodge
patch.
over it.
Yeah, it was in behind an existing patch. The old patch had basically failed. So it was back over the top of that in a way. So I think what we were expecting to see would be we're finding cracks under there about 2 inches and stuff, and you think, oh, well, that must be it, but it's not it. It's quite difficult with a wooden bolt because they all knit together. And now that we've found it, we've made it easy, but it's taken all morning to find that.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're happy enough then?
Do you mind if I carry on? I've got to make this lot food.
You carry on.
Well,
we're gonna head. We've got some other stuff to do anyway. Right. Thank you, guys. Any other?
Tasked with documenting Bessie Ellen's momentous round Britain tour, Del and I had so far spent over a month on board and sailed with 26 different guests over 3 legs. Having fallen quickly and easily for Bessie Ellen ourselves, it came as no surprise that more than half the people we'd met were return guests, some on their 2nd or 3rd trip, others well into double figures. And we always enjoyed listening to their stories of what keeps drawing them back year after year.
Hi, I'm Clive Siddall, here with both my brothers and friend John. I first came on Bessie Ellen about 6, maybe 7 years ago. Fell in love with her really. This is 5th trip. Bessie Ellen is just a complete step away from normal life and has a hugely added bonus of Nikki, as well as being a superb skipper, also a wonderful chef, so we have absolutely fabulous food while we're here.
I'm Jeremy. Clive and Martin badgered me last year to join them on their trip. I was quite nervous about it. I thought it could be a bit basic, but very quickly got into the way of life on board. And it's, as Clive says, a wonderful experience. We spend most of the time sailing. The engine's only used when it's really needed. Nikki is very keen to get those sails up and down and round and moved all through the day.
I'm Martin. I'm the oldest of us three. I've done various ships like this in the past. Always loved the idea of them, the rigging, the climbing, the sailing, everything associated with this way of life. As Clive said, I don't think you could beat the hospitality on here. The food is just wonderful.
I'm the fourth member of this party and the one that's not a brother. Perhaps an honorary brother has been mentioned this week. Quite a privilege. It's my second time on Bessie Ellen because the first time the four of us got together was last year, and there was talk about this becoming an annual trip, and I don't think there's been anything this year that's put us off maybe continuing with that next year as well. So I've done sailing on other vessels before, but there's nothing quite like this tall ship experience. I'm John, by the way.
One of the things I particularly appreciate with Nikki is she finds it very good if guests have ideas of where they'd like to visit. So the ability to have a trip where you are genuinely able to influence the skipper as to where we go is a wonderful bonus.
It's so flexible, and although the skipper may make plans at the beginning of the week, she's so adaptable according to the conditions and our own wishes, and it's very much an ongoing debate through the week as to what we might do next, and that's a pleasure.
I think the other thing that we've said, Nikki's very welcoming. She also has a superb crew with her. This week there are 3 other crew members, all of whom are very knowledgeable about sailing, very enthusiastic, very friendly, happy to put up with the bits of sailing that we don't know so much about, and just help us learn more and more, which we do every year.
One more there, Helen. One more, Helen. One more, Helen.
There you go. You ready?
Keep pulling in there, Sally. Keep pulling in. Starts flapping. If you just do a big, like a relatively nice tug in. Yeah.
With a breeze in the air, we set the sails and potter around in the sunshine for the final afternoon of this leg, enjoying lunch on deck and a chance encounter with fellow historic ship Eda Frandsen.
I'm not going above the wooden board, I don't think.
Yes, you are. You're going all the way. Come on.
No,
I think that's what you're right.
That's high enough.
what are you doing there?
Get some photos then.
back and then back down. And I'll have then got supper ready. And the dog will be, yeah, just got the crease.
One shackle on deck!
We return to our picture-perfect anchorage off Kerrera for the final night, stretching our legs ashore before sundowners on deck and a fabulous feast of seafood and champagne to wrap up our week-long voyage from Troon to Oban.
Alright, you ready?
Yep, count down.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Just 2 nice bottles of fizz for you tonight. Don't mark them up. It's on the house.
Potatoes, hollandaise, fresh greens, and mussels.
Cheers, folks. It's been a great week.
Yes, we've done quite a lot of miles. Troon's quite a way away. And we've done Sander Island, Isla Island, Colonsay Island, Rathlin Island, Garvelix Island, Kerrera Island. So 6 islands in 7 days. That's okay. Yeah. Welcome to Oban, everybody.
If you're enjoying the series, please subscribe to our channel to continue following Bessie Ellen's Round Britain tour. You can further support Bessie Ellen by liking and commenting on this video and treating yourself to a calendar, t-shirt or other goodies from her shop, or becoming an honorary crew member of her Patreon community. And if you'd like to support the filmmaking work that Del and I do, why not join our Patreon community too? We'll see you on board again soon.